to Every Other Carl. I'm Carl, and today I'm working on my John Deere Scott's lawn tractor. So I got this for 400 bucks from somebody in my neighborhood, and I got a couple of good mows out of it, but I knew the battery was low, and eventually it did die. So I did try to replace the battery, but the main fuse here kept popping. So I'm going to do a little diagnostic to try to figure out if there's a short coming from one of the wires in here. First thing I'm going to do is replace the battery and replace that fuse, and then maybe I'll go through and disconnect a few things and see what is actually popping the fuse. If I have to replace a wire, I already see a pretty bad wire right here, so might have to do a little bit of wiring, but I'll take you along with the process, see why this fuse keeps popping. So I got a new 20 amp fuse. I'm going to put it in the main fuse port. So for all intents and purposes, that is set up the way it should be, and it should start. Nope, popped the fuse, so we definitely have a short somewhere. Yeah, I could hear that fuse pop, and if you look in there, you'll see it's definitely popped. All right, so I'm going to take the cover off and see if I can see if there's any shorts inside. All right, moved inside the garage because it was starting to rain out there. Took the cover off. I don't really see anything visibly bad inside here wiring wise, but one thing that I definitely noticed is there was a lot of heat over here at one point. Something arced, melted the plastic rubber over the positive terminal, and this lead that comes off of the positive terminal is all melted. This connector is melted. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that wire. Maybe that's going to help us out. So far I've popped two fuses, two 20 amp fuses, so we'll keep that fuse counter going as we keep diagnosing. Here's a little better angle of the wire I'm talking about. Right here, it's clearly crispy. Right above that positive terminal rubber. This wire, I put a little tape over it. This is the main positive wire. It got a little bit burned too. You can even see that the fan here got some melting action on it too. So yeah, there's a problem in there. All right, here's a little close-up of this toasted wire here. All right, so I put a nice new piece of 16 gauge wire down here, heat shrinked it to the old lead here. I didn't have the right connector to clip on to the wire that actually goes to the fuse there, so I just kind of jerry-rigged it for now. I'll get the right connector later, but I'm gonna hook this back up now that we have a nice new wire here and give it a try, see if it pops the fuse. All right, pop the fuse again. That wasn't it. All right, that is fuse number 3. Okay, so I believe I've identified the problem after doing a little more digging, a little more research. And it's kind of what I thought. I think this solenoid is actually bad. This is the starter solenoid, and I checked it by actually bypassing it by connecting these two terminals here, these two big bolts coming out. If you're going to do that, be very careful. If you are going to do it, make sure you have a screwdriver that is got a nice thick plastic or wood handle. Make sure you're not going to electrocute yourself. And here's the idea. You just bypass it by touching the two together. And the thing just wants to turn over. So I think I'm going to buy a new solenoid and replace this one, and my troubles should be gone. All right, there it is. I just took a picture of it and then just unbolted it. Just two screws, not that hard to get out. Took a picture of how it was set up before I took it out, and I'll just buy a new one, put the wires back. All right, just got a replacement solenoid. Home Depot has them. This is a universal 12-volt solenoid. I think it should work just fine. It works on most lawn tractors, so I'm gonna install this and see if it works. All right, here we go. Got the new solenoid. Pop it in there, see what happens. All right, just installed the new solenoid in there. I'm gonna hook up the wires and try the motor. New solenoid is in. It's all connected to the battery. I have the ground wire connected here. I'm gonna try to crank it over. Here we go. That is a very good sound. All right, I have to work the choke, maybe do a few adjustments, put this thing back together, and I think we'll be good to go. All right, all the covers are on, the wires are nicely tucked. I'm gonna try to start this thing. Nice. All right, she's good to go. All right, that turned out to be a pretty easy fix. The solenoid, honestly, I probably should have checked the solenoid first just by bypassing it, seeing if that was the problem. But I'm glad I traced the wires, because if I had seen a really obvious short where some wires were touching things they shouldn't be, that might have been an easier and potentially even cheaper fix, although the solenoid was only like 12 bucks. In any case, I found that kind of toasted wire, so I'm happy I replaced it. But if you have any comments, go ahead, leave them in the comments section, and I really appreciate it if you subscribe. If you like the video, like the video. I'm Every Other Carl, and I'll see you in the next one.